Good evening. Welcome to Pat's Card Corner and Take Two Tuesday. Tonight we're going to be making a very fun card. At least I think it's a fun card. You can see it right here. And I'm just going to give this just a second to trying to get my computer up so I can see if you're commenting or with me and watching. So if you are here watching tonight, please comment and let me know that you're here. And I've got something really fun to show you. I'm going to open up the card here in just a second so you can see. And just trying to get my computer up. There we go. Okay. So my name is Pat. Obviously, Pat's Card Corner. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I'm glad you joined me tonight. So, the card that we're going to make, I'm going to use this stamp set called Snowman Season. This is one of the stamp sets that Stampin' Up had last year during the Christmas season. And it was very popular, so they brought it back this year, and I'm glad they did because I just love snow and I love the snowman, and it's just a lot of fun to use. So we're going to be stamping with that on the card. So this is the card that we're going to make, and you can see, you know, it looks just like a regular card, but what makes it fun is how it unfolds. So I'm going to untie the little ribbon here, and you just grab it right here by the corners, and when you flip it open, it flips open just like that. So closes like that. So it looks just like a regular card until you flip it open, and there you go. And we've got another little snowman on the inside, and a little thing that says "Let It Snow." Obviously you can decorate this however you want. It doesn't have to be a Christmas card, but it's just something fun to make. It's a little bit different. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you all the pieces that you need, and then we're going to put it together. All right, so you will need 2 pieces, which is a little more than what you're used to. Each piece is 4 inches by 10 1/4. So 10 1/4 this way, 4 inches this way, and you need 2 pieces exactly the same. Okay, I'm just going to leave those here and show you the other pieces. You are going to need 1 piece of designer series paper that is 3.5 by 3.5. I'm going to scoot this down or take it off just for a second. This is one of the papers that's part of the Snowflake Splendor designer series paper. This is also one of the papers that is going to be on sale starting October 1st. You get 15% off, so that's a great deal. You also need another piece of coordinating cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and you can see there's a little bit of purple in my paper, so that's why I picked this one. You just need something that's just a little bit different. You will also need another piece of that same cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I'll kind of line them up here so you can kind of get a good look. I will have excuse me, all of the directions and all of the dimensions for each of the pieces. I'm going to post them on this blog post. They will also be posted with the video when I put it up on YouTube later tonight. You'll also need a piece of Whisper White that is 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. And you'll need another piece that is 2.5 by 2.5. These are the 2 pieces that we will be stamping on. And then these 2 pieces are optional, and you'll see what I mean when we get to the end of the card. These 2 pieces on the card go to the top and the bottom. You can leave those off if you want. These 2 pieces are each 1.5 inches by 3 3/4, and you just need 2 of those. So I'm just going to kind of leave that there just for a second, in case anybody wants to take a screenshot of what the dimensions are. You'll know what they are. Just really quick and easy. All right, So we are going to actually start with the two larger pieces. So I'm just going to move all my other pieces off to the side. You will need a ruler and a pencil for this. And of course I forgot my ruler and pencil, so I'm just going to get mine out real quick. And that pencil works. Okay. And you will also need your trimmer scorer. So we're actually going to score these pieces first. So each piece, they're going to be scored exactly the same. We're going to score them at 5.5 inches. So you're just going to place it right on at 5.5 inches. Make sure you have your scoring blade and not your cutting blade. I moved my, I don't know if you can see, I moved my cutting blade down at the bottom so I don't accidentally cut my paper. And we're just going to score it. That is at 5.5 inches, and then we're going to do the same with the other piece. This is also going to be at 5.5 inches. Okay. And I'm going to move that out of the way because we're done with that. Okay, so we are going to place both our pieces. Well, actually, we are going to need our trimmer in just or score in just a second. We're going to start with one piece. This piece is scored if you fold it in half on the score line, and sorry about that. I had to go get something real quick. So, forgot my bone folder. I'm forgetting everything tonight. I don't know why. All right. So you're going to place it on your thing so that the shorter side, one side is shorter than the other. You can see there's a little, doesn't quite go as far. So the shorter side is to your right. The longer side is to your left. So we're going to take our ruler and we're going to measure. And this is a little bit different. Hey Maggie, it's good to see you again. This is a little bit different than how I showed my card group how to do it last night. But we're going to go with this because it seemed to work and I thought it might be a little bit easier. So we're going to, this is on the 4, so I'm just going to put a little pencil mark right where the 4-inch mark is, right there. And then this is the other corner. We're actually going to take this piece and we're going to get our trimmer out and we're going to score it to make a fold line from the corner right to where our little pencil mark is, which is right there. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's dark paper. This is Night of Navy cardstock, so it's a little bit darker. So just make sure you have your score in, and we're just going to score it right there, right on the fold. Out of the way. And then we're just going to fold it under, and we're going to give it a really good crease. So you can see it's folded under. So it kind of looks like that. So it closes this way, and this piece is going to fold under. Okay, now we're going to put that aside, and we're going to work with the other piece. So this piece, we are going to fold it in so that the short side is on the left this time, not the right, it's on the left. See, this is the short side. And we're going to do the same thing, except for we're going to do it from the top. I'm going to measure 4 inches over from the top, and we're just going to make a little pencil mark so we can see where we're going. And we're going to score this just like we did the other one. So our pencil mark is at the top, and we're going to score this from the top down to the bottom left. So this is where my mark is, and this is to the bottom left. So we're going to line up that one right on the track for my thing, and line up my little pencil mark, which is right there. And when I think I get it lined up right, just going to close that. Just going to give it a really good score. Hope you can see that. I'm going to move that up just a little bit just to show you. Okay. And then this one, we're going to fold, also going to fold it under this way. Give it a really good crease. So this one folds in and it's under. This one is the opposite. So if you have, once both of them are done, it's kind of like a little mountain, and then it's flat. This one is flat, and then a little mountain. So I'm just going to kind of sit those there just for a second, so you can just kind of make sure you get a good look at them, so that you make sure that your little triangle pieces are going the correct way. Okay. All right. Hey Pam, it's good to see you. All right, and now we're just gonna put those aside real quick, and we're gonna get out our two squares. One is your 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square, and the other one is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And what we're gonna do is we're going to, again, get your little trimmer score out, and we're gonna cut these, not score. We're actually gonna cut these from corner to corner. So we're just gonna line up 2 of the corners. And the easiest way to do that, if I slid my cutter up, it might kind of crinkle up where the corner is, because it might get caught on there. So the easiest way to do it is just actually move your little blade up a little bit, then go down, and then go back up, so that you cut it in half and you don't kind of catch the corners on that. So that's one piece, and then this is the other piece. We're going to do the exact same thing with our designer series paper. We're going to line up the corners so they're right in the track where our blade is going to go. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put the blade in the middle. I'm going to go one direction and then the other. That way we don't mess up the edges of our corner. And then these 2 pieces are going to go right on the top of these. We're going to glue those together. So let me just move that out of the way and get my glue. How can you forget glue when you're making cards? So we're just gonna flip this over. Even the back side of this paper is pretty. So just gonna put a little glue on the back. Gonna flip it out over, and I'm gonna attach that right to there. So this is just a little bit of the cardstock showing. Just kind of make sure I get it lined up good. And we're gonna do the same with this side. Just put a little. You don't need very much glue. The thing about this glue is if you actually put it on the paper, just give it a tiny little squeeze, kind of like you're writing with a pencil. You won't get as much glue out, and you won't end up with too much where it squeezes out and makes a mess on your paper. So it just takes a little. I'm just gonna put that down, and there we go. So now we have these 2 triangles. Okay, so now we're going to take those 2 triangles and we're going to put them on our 2 card pieces. So one piece is going to go right here, and the other piece, which is hiding underneath here, is going to go right up in the other corner. So it's going to look like this. So we're just going to put a little glue on the back of there. Remember, it just takes a little. You don't need a big fat line, just a little bit. We're just going to attach it right there. And just kind of make sure it's even all the way around. The other part about using the liquid glue, sometimes you can slide it just a little bit in case you don't get it exactly in the right spot. This is especially good if you're a beginner and you just need a little extra time to get it right where you want it. And even somebody who's been doing it for quite a while, like me, I still like to use it. So, okay, so now we have 2 pieces that look like that. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to put these 2 pieces together. So we're just going to layer one on top of the other. It doesn't matter if you do it this way or if you put this one on top. It doesn't make any difference. So when you close your card, it's going to look like that. So we're just going to open it back up. We're going to attach these two together. So I'm just going to flip this one over and I'm going to put glue on the back of this, and then we're going to attach it right to there. So this is pretty easy. Just as long as you follow directions, it'll work. I did this with my stamping group last night on Zoom, and they all got it to work. And some of them are newer stampers, some of them have been stamping a while, so hopefully my directions are clear enough that you can see. So now it's all, you can see that it's all one piece. And now we're going to do a little stamping. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Where am I going to put it? Up here. Okay, so I am going to stamp. This smaller piece is the piece that's going to go on the front of your card. So you can put any image you want. You can even put a sentiment on there if you wanted. And the other piece, the bigger piece, is going to go on the inside. So I'm pretty much going to stamp it just like I did these. So we're going to put, again, this is the stamp set I'm using, Snowman Season. And I'm just going to stamp with some ink, with Memento black ink. I am going to do, this is a water-based ink, and I am going to do just a little bit of coloring on my snowman with some alcohol markers. So I just need to make sure that, I'm actually going to move this now out of the way. So we're just going to ink this up really good. And my snowman is just a teeny bit taller than my piece. If you look at this one, there's one little snowball up there, but you know what? If you don't know what's there, you don't know that you're missing anything. Make sure I get it lined up right in the middle. Uh-oh, and something happened to my video. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna keep going. So hopefully it'll keep recording. So, and then on the other part of the card, I'm going to put a different snowman. This is also in there. And it's going to go down in the corner. And you can see on Facebook that, I'm not sure even if you're hearing this, but the video is not playing for some reason. So, or at least on my computer it's not. So hopefully you can watch this on the replay if it's not coming out for you. So try resetting here and see if that'll work. Okay, so I am going to do just a little bit of coloring. These are Stampin' Blends markers, and I picked colors that matched my paper. So, which is, has a little bit of Highland Heather in it, which is this color, a little bit of Night of Navy, and some Balmy Blue, which are the other colors in here. And we're just gonna give his scarf and his hat just a little bit of color. These markers have a thick end and a skinnier end. For if you're doing smaller details, you want to use the skinnier end, so that is what I'm going to use. And we're just going to kind of give his scarf a little color here. This scarf has a couple little stripes in it, so he's going to be just a little bit stripey. And then I'm also going to put a little bit of blue on there also. So blue and purple go together, right? Actually, I think might do this a little bit darker. Looked a little kind of like, yep, I like the dark a little bit better. So I'm just kind of coloring in his scarf. I love these markers because they're so easy to use. There are 2 shades, so you can shade them in a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of darker around his hat there. And then I'm just going to color it in with a little bit of the lighter color. Just kind of give it a little bit. And every snowman has a nose. This is pumpkin pie color, so this is going to orange, so he needs a little orange nose. And then there's a little tree down here in the corner, and there's really nothing to color in. I'm just going to kind of give it a little color so it's not so plain. I'm just kind of going over the lines of the tree just a little bit. So it just kind of gives it a little color. And also, I found with the snowman, just to kind of give him a little more definition, if you take a very light color, this is Balmy Blue Light, and just kind of give him a little shadow around the outside. And I'll show you how it looks just a little bit different. It just kind of gives him a little bit more definition. So you can kind of see him a little better, I guess. I'm not sure if that's... So this is Snowman with the little blue around it. This one I haven't colored yet. And so hopefully you can kind of see the difference by looking at his body, how it just makes him look a little more snowy looking. So we're going to give this one over here. I think I'm done coloring that one. Give this one over here a little bit of extra blue on it. Just kind of gives it a little fun. You can also do this with colored pencils if you'd like. That'll do the same thing. Just give his snowballs a little bit of blue too. They're kind of dangling up in the air there. Okay, and let's see, we need to color in this one's nose because he does have a little bit of a nose. And I'm just going to add a little bit of blue. Pick the dark one to his buttons. I know they're supposed to be black, but I just think blue is cute. Just a little bit. And there we go. So now we're ready to put these on our card. This one here is going, so you need your card base back. This one is going to go right in the middle, just like that. So I'm just going to get my glue and glue it out. Okay. There we go. And scribble a little in the middle. And then I'm just going to attach it right there. Okay, there we go. Now it's almost ready, and we just need to attach this piece to our, it's going to go right here in the middle, just like that. I don't know why I put the cap on my glue. I was going to use it again, and I'm going to use it again, so I better not put it back on. Put it back in my little holder there. Okay, so this one is going to go just like that. Okay, so we are going to put a little piece of ribbon. You can kind of see where it kind of flops open just a little bit. This is actually, we're going to turn it this way because that's the way it's going to come out of the envelope. And then this is going to go right on the top, just like that. But we are going to put a little piece of ribbon, and I have some, this ribbon has purple on it. I was going to try and see if I like that on there. Yep, that's going to work. So you need about 20 inches, so just gonna kind of get a big piece and a pair of scissors because that helps you cut your ribbon. It's my scissors. So we can always trim this when we're done cutting it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold the ribbon in half. So kind of get your ends together, kind of fold it in half, and we're actually gonna take your card and you're just going to kind of slide it in there because you want it to be, get down there. You want the ribbon to be in the middle of the card. So you just kind of Just kind of put it on there like that. And you can see where the ribbon is going to go right about here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive right there, just to kind of hold the ribbon on. So I'm going to get my adhesive out. It's going to kind of go right there. I'll mark it with my finger. And I'm just going to put it on right there. If you don't get it in the exact spot, it's okay, because this is going to cover it up. So there is not going to, you're not going to attach the ribbon anywhere else, just right there. If you, somebody asked last night about attaching it on the back, if you do that, you won't be able to open your card. So it's only going to be right there. This is going to go right here, but we only want to put glue behind this little corner right here. If you glue the whole thing down, your card is permanently glued closed, and that would not be good. So we're just going to put it right there. I'm actually just going to use a little bit of this Stampin' Seal. Kind of see I made like a little triangle right there. Just kind of hold my ribbon, hold it down, and he's just going to go right there, right in the middle. And then all you need to do is tie it closed. So before I tie it though, I am going to show you that it really does open, that it really will open. And there you go. Whoop. So it's going to close like that, opens like that. Okay, so now I'm actually going to tie it closed here. Get my ribbon, got stuck there. This goes around the back. Just going to tie it right here. Obviously I'm going to cut some off because that's going to be too big or way too long. So I am going to cut just a little bit off. So you're just going to tie it in a bow, just like you're tying your shoe. If ever your mom taught you how to do that. Oops. You know, tying bows on a live video is a little more nerve-wracking than trying to just tie it in person. I don't need my bow quite so big, so I'm just gonna pull the ends and just kind of keep playing with it till I kind of get it about the size I want it. I don't know why that one wants to just stay long. There we go. And then I'm going to cut the ends off so it's not so, because it doesn't need to be quite that long. I have a lot of extra, don't I? So there you go. There's your card. Now, you still have those two extra little pieces that I talked about that were optional. So you can leave your card just like this and leave it empty like that, or you can take these two pieces and just adhere them to the top and then one to the bottom. So I kind of like it with it on a little better, so I'm just going to do that right now. I'm just going to put a little bit of, whoop, get my thing going here. So it gets stuck on my hand. Hello. Hold on. Having a little trouble with my thing here. There we go. I'm just going to put one piece down here. Just like that. And then this piece I'm just going to glue right on the top. Well, I would if my thing would work here. I have the most trouble. Other people can use this perfectly fine, and I just seem to have trouble with it. I think it's operator error. We're just going to put that right along the top. And there you go. The card is all finished. So, I don't know if anybody's commented again, because for some reason my comments aren't showing up at all. So I hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment if you'd like. I'd love for you to share this video or like this video. That'd be great. And this is your card. So when somebody gets it, they just untie it, just like that. And then they open it up, and there you go. And then it's easy. They can just tie it right back up and put it on display, because, you know, everybody wants to see their cards again. So there, just, it's easy to tie back up. I have plenty of ribbon, so good. There we go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I will have the directions posted on, or not the directions, the dimensions posted on the comments for this video on my Facebook page. You'll also see them tomorrow on my blog, and that is www.jumpingintostamping.com if you want to check that out tomorrow, and there will also be a link to the video on that. So hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great night, and I hope to see you again next time.